Good day and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're stopping by for the first time, thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoy what you're about to see, and please subscribe before you go. Just subscribe and like, and also go, and if you enjoy, go and watch the other videos I have. My name is Pamela and I'm a YouTuber based in Kaduna State, Nigeria. I post hair content, makeup, like that. Today's video is a tutorial. Somebody asked me how to cut out the ear parts for frontals, and I'm about to do that. So I just finished ventilating. This is a 12 by 6 frontal that I ventilated. I'm going to now the cutting out part is just how you sew it on your cap, right, so that you have space for the ear parts. So I finished ventilating, and then I put it in hot water to make it like this. If not, it wasn't like this when I finished. So I'm going to now, since it's not the already, what do you call it, it's not the already cut out lace. Although this was a 360 lace, I just loosened it, and the normal lace, they come folded like this, and then this part is sewn. So I'm going to do that, because if you don't do it and then you go ahead to sew it on your wig cap, it's going to be somehow. There's a way to be and you will not like it. So make sure to, I'm just going to reduce here. Okay, let me do that. So I'm just going to reduce here. If not, it's going to be too much. Then I will follow it and sew it. All this black stuff you are seeing is because I was measuring. So I was taking my markings. I was marking my marking. So yeah. After that, I will sew it to the cap, which I'm going to show you guys. So this video is just how to sew your frontal to your wig cap, whether it's normal human hair frontal or this one made with synthetic hair or attachment hair, whichever, as long as the frontal. I'm going to show you how to do it. Please like this video and give it a thumbs up. Also watch the previous videos I've posted. So here it's fine. Why I had excess here was because I didn't ventilate to the parts where I was supposed to finish ventilating. Now the net is stretchy, so from when I did my measurement, I measured extra. Then while I was ventilating, I had to do this and then measure again, and I noticed that I had extra left here, extra lace left here, so I just had to not do to where I just cut. So I'm going to sew it. Do I need to show you guys? Maybe here. So you guys are going to see me sew it and then attach it to my wig cap. Okay, so here I am just putting the left and right side together and then trying to measure for the ear part. I normally leave out 1.5 inches. So yeah, that's what I'm showing here, and then I'm going to go ahead to cut it here, so that we have. And if you check the normal laces that come already made or already cut ones, they have this open gap. I should have shown that, but I forgot. So yeah, they have this. I have one to show you, but like I said, I forgot. So they have this open gap before the place that is sewn together. So I almost forgot to do this part, but thank God I remembered anyways. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead. I'm just showing you that I'm going to sew from the left side to the right side, so that when I come to sew it on the wig cap, it's not going to be difficult for me. So I just went ahead to start sewing. Normal stitches, or normal stitching or stitches, whatever. So you just do this, and you guys, remember I said this lace is stretchy somehow. I don't know why, or it is. So if you are sewing, make sure that as you are sewing, you are kind of releasing the thread so that it won't be tight and so that it's not going to have gathers. You're going to see, you're sure going to see it here. So yeah, after you stitch, make sure you pull like this to avoid having gathers. So yeah, I did that, and I had to put the video on, what do you call it, I had to increase the speed because I had a lot to show and I didn't want to just cut and skip before somebody will come and tell me I was too fast or something. So yeah, this is me sewing and then stretching it so that it's not going to have the gathers. And then I was doing the middle part. I did this till until I got to the end. So yeah, this is the end. I just wanted to show you. So yeah, I was stitching to the point that I almost stitched out the whole thing together, but then I saw it and I released some parts. This is what I'm saying. I was now stitching with the other place that I left out. I had to remove the needle and then just put it to the end and make a knot. And after doing the knot, I didn't cut out the thread because, like I said, I was going to sew it to the wig cap, so there was no need for me to cut out the thread. And then I just stretched it again to make sure I don't have gathers. Just stretch like this. Are you guys noticing that, like the pattern there? I started skipping into 2 lines and it was not going to work, so I just decided to continue ventilating and skipping 1 Anyways, yeah, you see what I'm saying. I didn't do that now. It's going to kind of fold at the back. So yeah, I did that. Then I made my knot to secure it, and I didn't cut the thread. Then I went ahead to sew it to the wig cap. So yeah, this is me making the knot to make sure it's secure and tight, not tight but tight at least. And then putting it on the wig cap. I normally use this dome cap, and this I make sure to get this size because this size is not big, it's also not small, so it's like the perfect size whether the person has a big head or the person has a small head. So I'm just using my office pins to secure the cap to the dummy head, and then we'll go ahead to start sewing the frontal to the cap. So what I'm doing here is what works for me. I don't know what works for you, but you can watch this and have an idea to know what works for you. So I'm just making a part to have my middle, and after this I went ahead to cut it so I know like where I'm going to put the lace on the cap to make sure I'm putting it in the middle. So after that I just secured the first cutting I did was not at the middle, so I had to go and do another one. Anyways, after this I just secured the lace with my pins, and then I was going to say something like this is what works for me. So from the ends of the lace I just give like that gap where I gave. Can you see? From where I started sewing, I'm just going to put my pin there, and then for the middle I don't leave too much space. That is from where the lace I don't leave too much space from the end of the lace to the cap. Just like this space now we have from this side I just pin down, that's like 1.5 inch away from the beginning of the lace. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Like this is now 1.5 inch, you get. But for the middle I don't leave that much space, because if you leave that much space and your client has a small head, like I said, this cap is for whether the person has a big head or a small head, because it is stretchy actually, so it's perfect for a small head. And then if the person has a big head, he can stretch. And then if you now leave that much space for the middle, the same 1.5 inch, it's going to be oversized. Your wig is going to be big. So what I do is leave less space in the middle, so that even if it's small, they can like pull it, and then it's going to work. Can you see what I'm saying? I didn't leave that much. Like, look at it. this is the from the beginning of from the hairline to that part. I'm going to put a pin there so that you see. That is just it. That's the only space I left in the middle. Plus, I'm going to add a band to secure it. If the cap is too big, you're not going to like it. And your customer might come or your client might come and complain that the cap is too big. So yeah, this is the perfect dome cap that I use. And I'm just securing the other parts of the lace to the cap. And when you've done this, you should have like your lace laying flat. It's not going to have any gathers, or it's not going to be floating in the air, like standing up and all that. It's just supposed to just lay like this. So yeah, you can see that. And then the middle part, I'm just going to secure that too, and then go ahead to start sewing. Now, I said again, I did not cut the thread, right? So I just, now you see where I said I sewed from that left side to the right side. So that I'm coming to sew now, since I'm right-handed, I'm just going back this way. So I'm not going from the right now to the left side. So yeah, just did the normal basic sewing. You have to be careful when you're doing this. You don't just sew anyhow, some people do this thing anyhow, but don't just do it anyhow. Take your time. And then wanted to say, even if I ventilated like on an already cut out lace, I would still go back and cut where they already sew, because I just noticed if I'm the last not really the last, but one braided wig I made, which I wore in one of my videos, the parts where the lace ends, it was kind of somehow, it was how will I explain it? There's a way it shows. It doesn't, even if you try to tint that part, it still shows that part is I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if I can get a picture to see what I'm saying. So what I do is, even for the ones that are already cut out, I still go ahead to lose the sewing that they do, because it's like the sewing, they kind of fold the lace twice, so it makes it thick, and then it makes it show more. So I still go back now to lose the sewing that they do, and then sew it back. Because I know what I'm saying is, because whenever I braid now that way, if you know, when I leave, when you now leave, like where I explain my braiding in my, if you want to know how I braid a wig, I'm not going to show that with this. I'm just going to go ahead and braid. I have a video on that, how to make a braided wig. So like, it's going to look so seamless even after you part and then you braid. If you leave 4 lines or 3 lines or how many lines, it's not going to show where the lace is meeting the wig cap. If you want to understand what I'm saying, just go back and watch the video I'm talking about, where I made a 6x6 braided wig. So yeah, this is me just sewing. Like I said again, I had to increase the speed so that we don't take too much time, and then getting to the parts, I had to slow down a bit to show you guys. So yeah, when I got to the end, I just secured the knot to make it hold, because you don't want, where you're done with your wig, and then when your client is wearing, and then they come to tell you that it was not tight, or it was loose, or it's whatever, it shall lose. So yeah, I had to speed up, and then I said this lace is stretchy, so I was kind of stretching it here so that I'm not going to have it loose, like I'm not going to have it loose in the middle. So I just had to pull again and then adjust and hold it with my pin, then continue sewing. So yeah, that's what I did. Then I secured the knot, I removed the pins, then put the needle through from outside, like through inside. What am I saying? I shall put the needle to enter inside. Then I secured the knots. This is what I'm saying. Okay, put it out first, then put it back in. And then I secured the knots. Yep, like this. Then I removed the pins, like I said. And yeah, this is making sure. And if you're doing this, don't over sew it. Don't do it too much. If not, it's going to have a bump somehow. So just do it like 2 times. 2 times is enough. I think I did up to 3 here. Okay, no, I did 2 anyways. So yeah, and then next step is to go ahead to cut out the lace from inside. You have to be careful when you're doing this one so that you won't cut your lace. If you cut your lace, wahala, you might have to ventilate again or find a way to fix it, but you have to be careful with this part. So I just did that quickly. Then this lace I'm cutting, sorry, this cap I'm cutting, you can see that there's this band. Whenever you have to put a band on your wig, of course, so I'm going to recycle this part and use it as the band that I will put on the cap later on. I'll just lose this black stuff on it. This is what I'm saying. Yeah, so I'm going to keep that aside, and then this is it after cutting out the inside. This is what it looks like. And yeah, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoy, make sure you like and subscribe. Can you see the space, the ear space? So yeah, make sure you subscribe and like and go back and watch other videos I have. Please subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Bye. Peace out.